Nat, we're 8 minutes into the first episode of 30 and we're talking about small forwards. Come on, mate. Like, let's just warm into the year. Let's talk about some other players. It's quite ridiculous. But before we jump in to who we think are going to be the best small forwards in 2025, we need to define this because this role has evolved. What are we talking about when we reveal this list?
Yes, don't hate me. We're going to set the ground rules. Okay, so we're not talking high half forward. So you picture the Isaac Rankins, we think about the Jason Horne-Francis, you think about Dylan Moore, Shai Bolton, the guys who are, up the field getting more touches, also that are attending centre bounces, we're cutting them out. We're talking about the ground level players that spend majority of their time inside forward 50.
Wow. Let's have a look at this list because it's stacked full of absolute class. You look at the first three names, Tyson Stengel, Charlie Cameron, Tom Papley. They've all been All-Australians in the past. Tyson Stengel, what he's done at Geelong to revive his career has been remarkable. 46 goals last year. Charlie Cameron's now a premiership player and a two-time All-Australian, and we will get to Tom Papley. But is there anyone that's going to go past these quality players this year?
It's a tough call. I mean, we always talk about Bobby Hill. We've had a conversation earlier. I think he's an absolute star. He kicked 4 goals in the Indigenous All-Stars. He's ready to go. He's got a Norm Smith. I mean, the All-Australian nod's almost the one thing that he hasn't got. And I think with Collingwood revamping their list, he's going to have a lot more supply. The likes of Dan Houston kicking in the ball as well. So I think he's the one to keep an eye on.
He's the one for me. I think he's about to explode this year. I think he's going to be firmly in the All-Australian discussion. There isn't a Toby Green on this list. Just to define why he's not on this list.
Yes, again, I think that he comes into the high half forwards. He gets too much of the ball. Same with Isaac Rankin. They're 18 plus touches. They 10 centre bounces and they don't, I suppose, do their damage inside the forward 50.
He's a marking tall, small. Now let's get to Friday night because remarkably the season isn't starting at the Gabba, it's starting at the SCG and it's going to be centred around these two excitement machines. I can't wait to see them for the first time in 2025.
Yeah, these guys are absolute excitement machines. I mean, they get their team up and about. You think about what they bring. You think about the goals, shots on goal, the excitement, celebrations. But I just want to touch on Watson. Obviously, you see there he had 3.4 shots on goal. It was very highly, I suppose, everyone's speaking about how many times he missed easy shots last year. And a lot of people thinking, it must be Luke Bruce, it must be Gunston. No, it was Sam Mitchell who Sam Mitchell put his hand up and said, you know what, I'm going to make sure there's not too many chefs in the kitchen. I'm going to make sure that we spend 10 to 20 kicks after every training session, make sure we down-packed what the skill set and actually what the mindset takes to make sure you're executing at the big stage.
We know Tom Papley's a star, but it's a second year. This kid is still 19. Can he be in the All-Australian discussion in just his second year?
Well, he's shown glimpses. I mean, the last 4 games, he averaged 3.5 goals a game. He had 5 shots on goal, 8 score involvements, 12.5 disposals. I mean, you put that over a longer period of time, but that's what it takes. Tom Papley's done it for a whole season and it's been his second year. Hopefully he doesn't get the yips, but I think he's an absolute star.
7 goals in 2 finals. I don't need to remind you, Nat.
Way to put a lot of pressure on a 19-year-old, Josh.
I don't think he will be an All-Australian in his second year.
I reckon he's the kind of player, though, that really thrives in the pressure moments and he kind of likes that backs to the wall, us against them mentality and the external noise. I don't think it'll bother him. He'll thrive in that.
Yeah, I think the piece there is that, he's got all the attributes and the keys to actually to do it. It's just going to be the time and the consistency.